the 2025 Delta Broadcast Media Conference happening at Unity Hall here in Government House, the capital city, Asaba, Delta State. My name is Fresh Prince. I'm your red carpet host, and this is an epoch-making event in a landmark move to transform the broadcast industry in Delta State. The first of its kind Delta Broadcast Media Conference is happening in Delta State.
The Delta Broadcast Media Conference was born to serve as a platform to chart a sustainable course for our media industry here in our state. This conference is not just about panels or applause, it is a blueprint for the future, a platform where government, media, and citizens align, where our narrative become part of our state's development architecture. So my honorable colleagues, I'd love to charge you to not merely be professionals, but be custodians of Delta's next chapter, to rise above routine reporting, to broadcast boldly, to shape stories that unlock our potentials, and to become a voice that inspires a generation to believe in Delta State globally. While we acknowledge the government cannot do everything, we respectfully urge the government of the day to pay more deliberate attention to mainstream media outfits operating within the state. Let the transformation begin.
Let us use our platforms to raise awareness about environmental issues and encourage sustainable initiatives within our communities. To truly unlock these possibilities, we must harness the power of broadcast media as a catalyst for change, innovation, and growth.
We are making efforts to revive the stations, and I'm happy the practitioners are aware the extent to which you have gone in terms of reaching out to those who produce the equipment. Even before I left in my first sojourn as the Commissioner for Information, contract has already been awarded, but for some reason, due to fluctuations, we had challenge because those equipment that we needed to bring in are not produced here in Nigeria. What we are looking at in terms of how far we have gone is in excess of 7 billion to be able to bring them back. Yes, to link up the stations, because you may not know what we're putting together. Having come here today, I feel I'm even indebted to the conveners. I feel that we didn't even do enough in terms of supporting them, because they have done so well, and by the grace of God, we will take it a notch higher to be able to meet them where it pinches.
I'd like to talk about the role the Delta State government can play in supporting the development of mainstream media across the state. Now, the truth is, government support is essential, but it must go hand in hand with media independence. So how can the government help? First, through policy and regulatory support. This means creating fair regulations that protect press freedom and prevent censorship, as well as simplifying licensing processes and making access to the broadcast spectrum affordable. Again, financial support is key.
Dear fellow broadcasters, we now know that creativity is not decoration. It's what we do, it's who we are. We are creatives.
Creativity needs to thrive within a certain space, and the space needs to aid creativity. So I urge those of us who are media owners, from governments to private broadcast house owners, to please make sure that we have a conducive environment for our creatives to thrive. So I can urge my fellow broadcasters that when you are given these tools, do not take them for granted.
together we can build a stronger Delta broadcast ecosystem. Recently, I challenged somebody in government. Why do you leave Asaba? You go through Ondo State, you go through Edo State, go through Ogun State, and you land in Lagos. That amount of money for flight will be enough to take care of 3 or 4 stations here in Delta State. I believe that we know what is right and what we can do at this point in time. Since we've all agreed that there's going to be a change, first and foremost, let us say this to ourselves. Change starts with me.
It's the role of the media in holding government accountable. If you don't know the law where you work in the industry, you are going to set yourself up for what? Failure, defamation, slap suits. They're going to come. So if you've come here all the way, if you traveled from Warri, if you traveled from Eku, you traveled from anywhere, even within Asaba, and you did not see a story to tell, and you could not share that story, that means you don't know your job. At the end of the day, the Delta we create is the one we imagine.
Most of these radio stations, the TV stations, the media houses in Delta State have failed to capitalize on the internet. They fail to capitalize on technology. Most of them don't have a website to start with.
This conference is both timely and critical. The Delta State House of Assembly remains committed to supporting policies and legislation that empower the media to operate freely, responsibly, and effectively. We believe that a vibrant and independent press is essential for democracy and sustainable development. I commend the organizers for this initiative and urge all stakeholders, media professionals, policymakers, and citizens to collaborate in harnessing the power of broadcast media for greater good of Delta State.